Welcome back to Rural Homesteader. I just wanted to take a quick minute and I'm going to review in this video this Valley Food Storage mac and cheese. It was sent to me to just try it on my channel, so I was very blessed for them to send it to me, and I look forward to trying it. So stay with us and we'll be right back. Okay, so I have my water boiling. I had to switch my pot because the other one wasn't activating the cooker. This is the first time I've used this thing. I got it at Aldi's and I thought it would be kind of handy for these videos. So I'm cooking, keeping my water to boil. I'm making 3 servings. So it's 3/4 cup water per serving. So I'm going to add 2 1/4 cups water. So for the macaroni mix, I have a 1/4 cup here, and I'm supposed to add a 1/2 cup per serving, so I'll need to add 6 1/4 cups. So to make sure that I'm getting, because the powder kind of settles to the bottom, a good little thing is to just kind of shake it a little bit upside down with these multi-dose packages. And then when you reopen them, open them on their side. So that there's more cheese and powder mix. The ratio is a little different. So I'm going to add 6 of these. 1, okay. So you can kind of see it's just stirring in here. You can see the pepper already coming to the surface. So it's been brought to a boil, and we're just going to let it set here for 8 minutes. And I'll go ahead and kind of keep recording, but I'll speed up the time so it's a little easier to see it cook as opposed to... Okay, I hope this doesn't steam the camera, but you can kind of see it's boiling, and we're gonna... it's supposed to boil for 8 minutes, so I'll just do periodic shots so you guys can kind of see what it's doing. Okay, while that's boiling, we'll just go ahead and review the bag a little bit more. As you can see, the information of valleyfoodstorage.com and the 1-800 number 403-8182. So this does, which again I do like, it does have a 25-year-long storage life, shelf life. They do have a 100% satisfaction guarantee. I do like it's all natural, so if we do need to use this on a camping trip or in an emergency, I mean right now Nebraska is completely flooded and underwater, and it would behoove anybody that lives there to have had some sort of storage, especially in a can or a bag that's waterproof, that is not going to get ruined. So FEMA says that you should have at least 3 days of food storage for your entire family, and you should have at least a week's worth of water. So it is best to make sure that you have something on storage. If you have food storage that you like using, you can rotate through it and keep it fresh and keep what you want, instead of just storing a bunch of MREs or freeze-dried foods. So it is best, and that's what again I do, like I've said it about it is a multi-serving package. You don't have to just open it up, use it, and then whoever doesn't eat what's left, throw it in the fridge, and then eventually it gets thrown away. You can just use what you want to use and go from there. So this is still boiling, and we'll be back in a second. Okay, it's been about 4 minutes. It's kind of steaming up the camera there, sorry. It's I don't think I added enough water, so the instructions do not say to cover it when you're boiling it. So I don't know if most of the water has evaporated, but I'm going to go ahead and just add a little bit more water. About another half a cup, and kind of just make sure that it gets blended well. So I'll stir that a little bit more, and okay, it is done. The noodles have been completed. It's been just under 8 minutes. It does have a little bit of a color variance. I think it's because the cheese powder got caught in the hollow noodles, and then when the moisture hit each end, it kind of capped it off and just cooked the cheese powder in the noodle itself. So that will make for very cheesy bites. So I'm going to try a little bit here. Okay. You can taste the garlic, and it's got a good salt content. Sometimes these don't have enough salt in them, so you have to add more. And the pepper has a good amount in it. I was a little concerned that it was going to have too much pepper in it because of the larger pepper powder, but that may be just spices from the chicken broth powder too. So it does have a very good flavor, and the noodles are not too overly done. I was afraid that they were going to be a little mushy. Sometimes these packs that you cook can be a little not as al dente as I think macaroni should be. I mean, when you bite into a noodle, you should know you're biting into a noodle and not mush, which these have held up really well, especially as narrow as they are. I was afraid also that the cheese powder in the middle would be a little overwhelming, but it's not. I mean, when you bite into it, again, it adds to that extra flavor, but it doesn't undercook the noodle in the middle. It was still able to cook all the way through, even with the cheese powder in the center. So I'm going to dish this up and feed it to my kids to see what their reaction is and see what their opinions and comments are, and I will be back with those. Okay, well, I just got back, had the kids try it, and they did like it. Most of the macaroni that we do when we do eat it, we make it from scratch with just boiled vegetable, like pasta with Velveeta and heavy cream and stuff. So they aren't really accustomed to like box noodles, but they did like this. They were concerned that the noodle shapes were different than what we normally have, but they did eat it and they said it was really good. They could taste the chicken in it, and after eating it a while, you can taste, after several bites, you can start to get that like chicken broth flavor in it, which I do like. It doesn't have an overwhelming cheesy flavor. It has more of a chicken broth creamy cheese flavor. It's when it was able to cool, because we tried it and when I showed it to you, I had it was still hot, and you're supposed to let it set a little bit just to thicken up. And as I was serving it, it was starting to thicken up a little bit more, and it just gives it a different mouthfeel. It is not it's not as just like you're biting into the noodles. You're biting into the noodles, but you have that creamy flavor or creamy texture in your mouth too, which, like I said, I do enjoy. That's what I do like about Velveeta, is that then, like from a homemade roux, is that it has a creamier texture. And again, like I said, this isn't Velveeta. It doesn't use Velveeta. It uses regular cheese powder. So for a 25-year shelf life, multi-serving container, and it has, natural ingredients in it. It doesn't have a bunch of preservatives. These are things that when you serve them right, or mix them properly, can be a long-term storage option. So as you can see, it doesn't necessarily have a lot of unnecessary carbohydrates and sugar because of the natural ingredients, which I do like. So out of a 10 score, 0 being the worst you could possibly have and 10 being the possible best, and I'm a little critical. If you have a 10, then I mean it is the most amazing product on the market. I'd say this is about an 8 or an 8.5. This is really good. I don't think it's the most amazing of all products, but that is a very high, for me, I guess, a very high bar to hit, and I'm not sure I've ever gotten even close. This is probably the closest to a 10 of a product. Some of the things that I've tried, that especially if they have a blended thing like a sweet and sour pork or a chicken and rice, the products don't rehydrate at the same speed, and so when you're eating them, you're biting into a really soft piece of rice or noodle or a dumpling or something, and then you crunch into a piece of chicken or pork or pineapple or something that doesn't necessarily rehydrate at the same consistency. And this surprisingly did rehydrate at the same consistency all the way through. And like I said, I was concerned about the noodles having the powder in the middle, keeping it from cooking as evenly and dispensing the cheese flavors evenly, but it did very well in that. So like I said, they sent me this to review. I'm not paid for reviewing it, and I'm not getting any kickbacks or discounts or anything like that. I just wanted to do honest opinions and honest reviews from my standpoint of different products, especially when you are able to put something on the shelf that you know is going to be a while for an emergency and for use in your everyday use. And I know that my kids, if we went camping or even we wanted a quick meal, could throw this in and I know they'll eat it, which is important, especially with kids, because they can be very particular on meals like this, because of the different consistencies and textures and spices and then a lot of them have pretty significant preservatives in them. I do also like about this is that you can easily convert it into a different meal. You could, if you're camping, you can throw some hot dogs or Spam or ham or chicken or something in the pan and sear it, and then throw this on top with your boiling water and have it into like a macaroni casserole or a cheesy goulash or something like that. Add some other ingredients that you may have around, maybe from the garden or another canned source or freeze-dried source. You can also make like a tuna noodle casserole, throw some tuna in to sear it and some onions. Add this, and then after it's set, cover it with some Ritz crackers or breadcrumbs or something, and it gives you that different, like I said, texture, the crunch from the crackers and the sweetness and the butter from the crackers, and the tuna has extra protein. So there's a lot of options you can do with different types of meals. This one I think would cook a little more evenly than other things that I've tried meal-wise, but if you have tried this product before and you have a different opinion, put it in the comments. I mean, I'd like it to be where everybody has the opportunity to have an open dialogue about what is good, because when you're looking for products, you want other people's, try and fail opinions to understand if this is a good product or not. You don't want to buy something and waste your money and have to throw it out, because then it's not going to do you any good. So I would recommend this product, and if you like this type of video, please let me know in the comments or even do a thumbs up. You can also subscribe and put the bell on. Like I said, I am going to start doing more videos and would appreciate your comments and appreciate opinions and suggestions. Also, check out the other video on the welcome back giveaway. It is I'll put it in the link description below, but going on until March 31st, 2019, I am doing a drawing for a Lodge cast iron care kit, and so it'll help you keep all your cast iron all clean and seasoned and ready for use at camping or even on your regular stove and your everyday use. So I appreciate you watching, and look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thank you.